Hi, I'm Anqoinette Crosby. Welcome to County Report this week. Coming up in the next half hour, new senior housing opens in Silver Spring. How to get on the waiting list. Plus, the county is throwing a huge picnic to celebrate diversity and friendships. It's free and you're invited. And later, how this graffiti artist's work has become a bright breath of fresh air in county spaces. But first, September is Emergency Preparedness Month. It's a time to remind everyone to be prepared for disasters or emergencies. Montgomery County is doing its part to educate residents. Susan Kennedy explains how.
It's Emergency Preparedness Month, and officials want you to be prepared for situations that could occur year-round.
Our campaign push is take 10 minutes on 1010, which basically you go through your house, come up with an emergency evacuation plan.
This pamphlet is information that helps the community feel safer at home. Not to be afraid of calling the police, because the more information that we receive, the better it helps us.
The Emergency Preparedness Fair was held on the grounds of Johns Hopkins University in Rockville. The event provided great resources for folks looking to build their emergency plan.
It would be a good idea just to check out all the different tents and really learn as much as possible about safety, prevention matters, techniques, et cetera, so I just want to be informed.
The Stop the Bleed campaign is something that the American College of Surgeons, through a consensus, put together. So the goal of it is to teach every citizen to be able to stop the bleed. If you recognize the life-threatening bleeding, the first thing you do is if it's on an extremity, is to apply a tourniquet and turn it until the bleeding stops.
Councilmember Sidney Katz got a lesson in how to use a tourniquet and what it takes to stop the bleed.
In a God forbid event, you have to be prepared. Also, you realize that even though you might not be thinking about it, you have plenty of other people who are thinking about it.
Anytime a tourniquet is applied, it will be extremely painful. That is completely normal and to be expected.
The Department of Homeland Security has 12 of these trucks across the country in the event of a disaster or national event.
We've used the vehicle for all sorts of situations. Let's take the Boston bombing, for example. We actually had to use the truck for communications and for command and control because it happened in an area away from where normal federal buildings are at. So the investigators, they had to have some place where they can type up their information, to have access to the internet, so forth and so on. That's what this truck can do. And it gives them the capability to get their work done and to go back out in the field quickly.
And when all else fails, the folks with the Montgomery County Amateur Radio Group have your back the old-fashioned way.
Tell us about these radios and how they help folks out in emergency situations.
Okay, basically there's no infrastructure. So if there is no infrastructure, that means we can communicate to anybody, anywhere. We can take our equipment to an emergency location, bring our own power, bring our own antennas, and set up probably in an hour.
For more information about other events this month or what you need to do to be prepared, visit the county's webpage. In Rockville, I'm Susan Kennedy for County Report This Week.
Veterans in our area now have a new clinic they can go to for primary care. County Executive Ike Leggett took part in the ribbon-cutting ceremony for the community-based outpatient clinic. It's part of the Department of Veterans Affairs. Some of the services include women's health, mental health, and social work services. Community partners will also be on site to offer access to community resources. The CBOC opens on September 17th and is located in Gaithersburg. Renovations of the large space began in September 2016 and represents years of planning and community partnership. Veterans who live in the county can schedule an appointment by calling 202-745-8000. Choose option 2. There's new affordable housing for seniors in Silver Spring. County Executive Ike Leggett took part in the ribbon-cutting ceremony for the sanctuary. It's a new $20 million apartment building for tenants 62 years and older. The sanctuary is a Mount Jezreel senior housing community. It has 75 mixed-income apartments. The project is a continuing effort by county leaders to maintain and build affordable housing for seniors. Those interested in getting on the wait list can visit columbuspm.org. A highly anticipated murder trial in Montgomery County came to an end. This after the suspect, Tyler Tessier, was found dead in his jail cell. Tessier was the man accused of killing a pregnant school teacher from Olney last year. Montgomery County State's Attorney John McCarthy has more.
Today, we were supposed to have the opening statements in what was anticipated to be a 3-week trial to show the overwhelming evidence that had been gathered over the last year by members of the Montgomery County Police Department and members of my own office, showing that Tyler Tessier was the individual who killed Laura Wallen back on September 3rd of last year. We were robbed this morning of the opportunity to allow the public to know the true nature and details of this crime, which would have been sat out over 3 weeks by the fact of his own cowardice when he took his own life sometime between 4:45 and 5:55 this morning.
Coming up on County Report this week, the county is hosting a huge picnic to help residents come together in friendship. We'll have all the details. And later, the rain didn't drown out the sound of great music at the Silver Spring Jazz Festival. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
Did you know there are more than 10,000 county government phone numbers? But there's only one number you need to remember for non-emergency calls, 311. MC 311 is Montgomery County government's online telephone information system. Need information? Have a problem or complaint? Trying to locate a county government facility? Call 311. The call center is open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. The website is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
In Montgomery County, we have a goal to reduce waste and recycle 70% of all waste by 2020. By recycling and reducing waste, we save natural resources and make our community even better. So recycle at home, work, school, everywhere, and keep recycling going. For more information, call the Montgomery County, Maryland Division of Solid Waste Services at 311 or visit montgomerycountymd.gov/recycling.
Keep it going. Recycle more now.
Welcome back to County Report this week. I'm Anqoinette Crosby. It's a picnic for people of all backgrounds to come together. You're invited to the annual Friendship Picnic. The free event takes place on September 23rd from noon until 4 p.m. It will be held at the Wheaton Regional Park. Jim Stowe, director of the county's Office of Human Rights, joins us now to give us more details. Thanks for joining us, Jim. Tell us more. What is happening this year?
Well, first of all, we're very excited. This is our 6th year of this program, which I think is just fantastic. We started off with about 300 people 6 years ago on a sort of a rainy afternoon, and we are looking forward to about 3,000 or more people attending this great event. So this year, our focus is on really interacting with each other, having the kinds of interactions and interfaces that allow us to have great conversation and discussions about various issues confronting our community. And as I always say, enjoying the same space and place as many cultures and races and faith beliefs and non-faith beliefs that exist here in Montgomery County. So we're excited about that.
Jim, should people bring anything to the event?
This is a free event. So no, just bring yourselves and a great attitude to certainly be encouraged to meet people and to be again in a situation where maybe you can try some different things, different foods as an example. We'll have certainly foods that for folks who are from our Muslim community, so we'll have halal food We have those who are more Orthodox from our Jewish community, so we certainly have kosher food there as well, and then some traditional food. So a chance to even try that as well. We have a thing coming up this year that I think is very special. We've got a friendship walk that we're doing. A chance for people to kind of walk throughout the gardens there at Wheaton Regional Park and be able to see and experience each other and just have conversation, which you so seldom have anymore these days, it seems like. So those are kind of opportunities that we're looking for persons. So come as you are. We'll have parking available for you as well. And so we're trying to remove all the barriers that would prevent you from having a great time on, again, September 23rd, which is a Sunday, from 12 noon until 4 p.m.
Thanks, Jim, for being here. For more information, call 240-777-8450 or visit montgomerycountymd.gov/human rights. On Thursday, September 20th at about 2:18 p.m., your cell phones will vibrate and produce a distinct audio signal. It's all part of a FEMA and FCC test of the Wireless Emergency Alert System. You may have received an Amber Alert through this system. This will only be a test and no action is required. Learn more at fema.gov/emergency alert test. Leggett Legacy Forward. It's an event to raise money to help underrepresented students in the county to go to college. It's made possible through the Achieving College Excellence and Success program. This is a partnership of Montgomery College, the Montgomery County Public Schools, and the universities at Shady Grove. It's sponsored by County Executive Ike Leggett and County First Lady Catherine Leggett.
Providing scholarships for young people, those who in many ways probably could not go to college. And so for me, having an opportunity to raise monies for those who go on to the Montgomery College, University of Maryland, and Shady Grove, what motivates me is not so much about the legacy, the accolades, those kinds of things. That's less important. The real challenge here is, can we raise sufficient funds so that we can provide the resources for young people to continue their education or to go to school in the first place? That is something that has motivated me from the time that I struggled to get through college and to actually get in, to have access to it. And same thing for my wife. So it's less about the legacy, less about me per se, but more about the young people and what we can do to inspire them and to ensure that they get into college.
The event will be held at the Music Center at Strathmore. It starts at 4 p.m. It's free, but a ticket must be reserved. For more info and to donate, go to LeggettLegacyForward.org. Coming up on County Report this week, Making Movie Magic, how a DC Film Festival brought together the heavy hitters from Hollywood and Bollywood. And why Rockville is shining up some historic plaques that are showing signs of age. Stay with us. County Report this week will be right back.
Hey, mister, down here. You illegally passed the stop school bus. I'm placing you in timeout, and this timeout means big fines, plus you really could have hurt somebody. That's why school buses are being equipped with video cameras to help kids like me stay safe, so respect the bus.
If you think someone might be considering suicide or drugs, be the one to help them by taking these 5 steps. Ask, keep them safe, be there, help them connect, follow up. If you're struggling, call Lifeline at 1-800-273-TALK or the 24-hour crisis center at 240-777-4000. Be the one to help. Learn more at BeTheOne.org.
Welcome back to County Report. This week, I'm Anqoinette Crosby. Filmmakers and stars from Bollywood and Hollywood were recently in D.C. for a film festival. MCTV's Jasudian Cruz tells us more.
Welcome.
Montgomery College rolled out the red carpet for the D.C. South Asian Film Festival on the Rockville campus. Producers, directors, and stars of the films engaged the public throughout the three-day festival. And MCTV did Facebook Live interviews throughout opening night festivities.
I'm excited about a couple of films on here, which I want to watch, some of which my friends and one of my mentors have worked on, so I'm really excited for those. What will people say?
There's a huge problem in India and taboos with sanitary pads and menstrual health. So my film actually talks about that, and I think it's one of the few films that is actually talking about the environment and the issues that India is having with the environment.
We actually produced a song several years back as a private release. No, I think Namrata Gujral, the director for the film, she came across a thing and she really felt that it would be a great fit for the film that she was making.
It was important to showcase fun and then also showcase that life moves in parallels where you have good times and bad times and sometimes concurrently.
We have very strong arts and film program at the college, and this provides a wonderful global platform for our students to showcase their talent.
I've been supportive both about the festival and about linking our students and our faculty and our work with the work of the film festival. We actually have some of our faculty members teaching workshops during the weekend as well.
I got the idea for my film because I was brainstorming stuff and going over different things I know about and things I like. And then I came with a bunch of ideas, but one of them was way too complex. So I just boiled it down to the barest of bare bones I could possibly do. And that was still a bit too much. So then I removed some content and then it worked.
This is the third year Montgomery College hosted this event, showing films on campus and conducting workshops and panel discussions for attendees. For County Report this week, I'm Jasudian Cruz.
In Rockville, the plaques for the historic walking tour have lost their luster, but plans are in the works to make them look shiny and new. Rock 11's Craig Buchanan has more.
Rockville is teaming up with Peerless Rockville and Heritage Montgomery to give its historic walking tours a makeover.
The city has two historic walking tours in the town center. One is focused on kind of early Rockville. A lot of the buildings are lost, so on the signs now they say Lost Rockville. The other one is African American History Walking Tour.
The signs, like this one, help visitors and residents explore and learn more about Rockville's historic and cultural roots. And they are over a decade old and in need of some TLC.
And the signs themselves are a little worse for the wear, so we're looking forward to having improved signs throughout the town center.
In 2016, temporary QR code stickers were added on top of the signs that launch pictures, maps, and historical documents that can be seen online and on any mobile device. But Mother Nature has weathered them, so the city found a more permanent way to protect these codes.
These new signs will have the QR code embedded into the sign, so there won't be an issue with durability of those.
Once these updates are complete, the historic walking tours will be able to stand the test of time.
The new signs will be more accessible and more readable, and we hope they'll last at least 10 to 20 years into the future.
Rockville 11 will be monitoring this project, and we will keep you posted on its progress. And you can learn more about the walking tours and the city's history by heading to rockvillemd.gov/history. For County Report this week, I'm Craig Buchanan.
Can you ditch driving your car for a day? Well, that's the purpose of Car Free Day. It's a worldwide movement to get everyone to go green. That means going to work by walking, biking, carpooling, transit, or even teleworking. Car Free Day reduces traffic and helps the environment. It will be held on September 21st and 22nd. So participate on either day or both. For more info, go to carfreemetrodc.org. Coming up on County Report this week, his street art is transforming public spaces in the county. We'll show you where you can find these bright spots. And MC continues the legacy of a soccer coach and Hall of Famer by taking to the field in his honor. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Interested in career success? Get to Montgomery College and we'll get you going. You can earn an associate's degree in only 2 years. With 3 campuses, award-winning faculty, and multiple online learning opportunities, Montgomery College will empower you to set your course and succeed. Want to pursue a bachelor's degree? If you start at MC, you can save 1/3 on total tuition costs of a 4-year program. Apply today.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. But it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
I love taking care of my mom. It wasn't easy at first. She learned how to better communicate her needs.
And you learned how to not ignore yours.
I discovered how to make healthier meals.
And I discovered how much I enjoyed them.
Becoming a caregiver is a learning experience for everyone. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
Welcome back to County Report this week. I'm Anqoinette Crosby. Thousands of people braved some wet weather to enjoy some funky jazz last weekend in downtown Silver Spring. This was the 15th year of the Silver Spring Jazz Festival. It was again held at Veterans Plaza. Co-founders Susan Hoffman and Marcus Johnson tell us how this festival got started and how it has evolved over the years.
I always wanted to do a jazz festival, and when we were redeveloping downtown Silver Spring, there were a lot of things that we wanted to do to create a place long before there was a place, before there was anything built. And so we did a lot of different kinds of events, and one of the things that we did was create the jazz festival, and it was a very personal thing for me because it's what I always hoped to do. And I reached out to Marcus Johnson, who is a local jazz phenom and always participates in this festival. And the two of us got together and threw together the first one in about 2 months. And it took place on the plaza by the fountain. We were expecting, I don't know, maybe a couple hundred people. And 8,000 people later, it was just explosive.
We kind of matched that with the programming of the Jazz Fest. Everything from the school bands that come in and play to make sure that they're involved, to Latin, vibes, to African vibes this year, to, local talent guy who, grew up here and has done good around the world, and then having someone like Diane Reeves, who, we played with around the world in different jazz festivals. But in my backyard, I just got soaked to have my towel because I live 2 blocks away from here. That's how we do it in Silver Spring.
One local man is turning Montgomery County into a work of art. He has transformed the Bethesda Metro Station, and he's brightening up the cityscape in Silver Spring and Tacoma Park with his Maya-inspired artwork. MyMC Media introduces us to the man behind the murals.
I was introduced to graffiti art in my high school years. I was hooked right away. I wanted to do it. I wanted to be part of it. It was just a passion. It was just the adrenaline of getting away with it without getting caught, It's just satisfying to be able to sit back and just look at what you just created. Like, hey, I did that. It's priceless. I use a lot of stencils, exterior paint, spray paint, or rollers. Just about anything you can get your hands on to make the project happen. There's no rule. People come up to me and say, does this represent this or that? And it's like, hey, you know what? I can see why you said that. But no, I mean, that was never my intention, you know? Most of the time it's just abstract. Kind of like what Picasso said, it starts as an idea and then it turns into something else. You have to be confident, you have to believe in yourself that what you're gonna do, it's gonna be right and it's gonna look good. The biggest joy, I think, it's just seeing people's reaction. I love to see people's reaction. People from photographers, musicians, they use it as a backdrop. It's awesome. I think public art, it's very important. It transforms the community in a very positive way. Emotionally, psychologically. It's what we need.
He was Montgomery College's famed soccer coach. The school once again hosted a tournament in his honor. MCTV's Michael Brown was there to cover all the action.
Once again, MC assembled a quality field for the annual tournament that honors Tom Bickey, MC's longtime head soccer coach and athletic director, who passed away 4 years ago. The tournament opener featured the host Raptors taking on the Trojans from Allegheny College of Maryland. MC struck quickly when Edwin Ramirez hit Yunus Ben-Muna in stride, and he did the rest. And then 4 minutes later, an encore as Ramirez unselfishly feeds Ben-Muna again, and he bangs it home to make it 2-0 MC. Just over 2 minutes later, Ricardo Reyes-Jimenez split the defense with a pretty ball, and Alex Villatoro used his speed to leave the defenders behind. 3-0 MC. And then 4 minutes later, Jimenez hits Ben-Muna, who draws the defense, finds Villatoro, 4-0 MC. Then literally a minute later, Nanakumi beats his man, finds Carlos Contreras in a crowd, and now it's 5-0 MC, and it was obvious the route was on just 19 minutes in. From there, the floodgates opened, and the Raptors took an insurmountable 11-0 lead to break. And despite clearing their bench, the barrage continued in the second half as 14 different Raptors scored in the amazing 22-1 rout to move the Raptors to 5-0 for the season. In the tournament's second game, Mount San Antonio from California, one of the top teams in the nation, scored 2 late goals in the rain to come from behind and defeat Genesee Community College 2-1. The tournament's final day was marred by heavy rains that eventually turned the Soccerplex Stadium field into an unplayable surface, but not before Genesee knocked off Prince George's Community College 4-0. The rain continued unabated the rest of the day, forcing the final game to be moved to a different location where Mount San Antonio knocked off the Raptors 2-1. But all in all, it was a great weekend of soccer. For County Report this week from Montgomery College, I'm Michael Brown.
Now it's time to meet our pet of the week. This is Jasmine. She's a 2-year-old cat with a big personality. She's a ton of fun and quite sassy. Oh yeah, she'll let you know exactly what's on her mind and will demand your undivided attention. She's lovable and would fit right into an active household. Oh, and don't forget to have plenty of toy mice for her to play with. For more info about Jasmine, please call the Montgomery County Animal Services and Adoption Center at 240-773-5900 or visit Jasmine on the web at montgomerycountymd.gov/ASD. With that, we close this edition of County Report this week. Remember to like us on Facebook and to join us again at this time every week for a look at what's going on inside Montgomery County. We leave you today with footage from last Sunday. More than 1,400 runners finished the park's half marathon. It was held by the Montgomery County Road Runners Club. Despite the rain and ankle-deep puddles, there were many smiles as they raced through Rock Creek Park. Well done. I'm Anqoinette Crosby. Thank you for watching.